Have you ever wondered how a story filled with extraordinary heroes manages to shine even brighter when countered by unrelenting villains? Uh, Before diving in, don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button so you don't miss more stories just like this one. Uh, Now, 1923, the gripping addition to the Yellowstone universe, masterfully pits the resolute Dutton family against a host of cunning and twisted antagonists, from scheming tycoons to power hungry aristocrats. Let's peel back the layers of these complex characters who truly keep the Duttons on their toes. Um, Picture this: Montana, um, decades before the Great Depression, already reeling from economic woes brought on by World War One. Enter the Duttons, led by Jacob Harrison Ford and Cara Helen Mirren. They struggle to secure the future of their iconic Yellowstone ranch. Along the way, we witness not just external conflicts with rivals, but deeply personal ones within and outside the family. From Spencer's life-changing journey to Tiona Rainwater's desperate escape, the series intricately weaves together narratives of survival and resilience, made all the more captivating by villains who challenge every inch of their resolve. Take Arthur I, Earl of Sussex, for instance. Regal yet torn, he appears first as a distant figure, and then as a grieving father whose pent-up anger spirals into harmful calculation, despite his good intentions for his son. His aristocratic pride blinds him, making him no friend to love, especially when he uses his titles as weapons to separate Caves and Spencer. They very Og. Um, it it And then there's his son, Arthur the Second. Um, if noble blood breeds dignity, young Arthur must have missed the memo. The embodiment of wounded pride, his tantrum spirals into tragedy, um, ultimately proving that you can't shoot your way out of humiliation. Spencer's patience runs thin, leading to Arthur receiving a heavy dose of karma and a salty reminder that egos and duels don't mix. Speaking of salt in wounds, Clyde slithers into the narrative like a Trojan horse. A former lawman from Chicago sounds trustworthy enough until his betrayal sends shockwaves through the Duttons' tight-knit circle, and far from just espionage, his actions rip Zane's family apart in one of the series' most gut-wrenching moments. And then there's Marshall Kent. And I call a man whose badge is his blunt instrument of cruelty. And with each vile act committed during his search for Tiona, he earns his spot as one of the series' most despicable characters. Really, though, how does the man sleep at night? Probably clutching his badge, like Linus, with the security blanket. But wait, it wouldn't be a Western without an institution to shake exasperation out of you. Enter the clergymen, representatives of sanctity in name only. Um, Between Brother Liam's thinly veiled loathing and Father Renault's war on humanity in cassock form, the horrors of the boarding school come to life vividly and painfully. It's not the religious shift you're thinking of, it's systematic, unbearable oppression. Really made that kind of impact of the. Add to this the nuns such as Sister Alice and Sister Mary, whose claim to divine purpose feels closer to horror movie villainy. Not exactly Love Thy Neighbor, is it? Then we have Anna Creighton, a Scot driven by rage and vengeance. His blood feud with the Duttons escalates with every passing moment, culminating in alliances that throw gasoline on the fire. Uh, but even the cunning Banner uh, pales somewhat in comparison to Donald Whitfield, a calculating mining tycoon with a gleaming suit and a blackened soul. Whitfield doesn't just target the Duttons. He eviscerates anyone in his path, whether ruining lives or manipulating others into despair. His methods are chillingly deliberate, making him the apex villain of 1923. Make no mistake, the wickedness of these antagonists doesn't merely serve to darken the world of 1923, it sharpens the edges of its heroes, making their victories and heartbreaks resonate profoundly. And it's like the old saying where there's smoke, there's fire. And oh boy, these villains bring enough flames to make the Yellowstone Ranch practically glow. And and hey, if we learned anything from 1923, it's this. You can fight nobility, corrupt nuns, or even an unscrupulous tycoon. But be prepared for a heap of drama, duels, and plenty of moral smoke signals. Maybe don't duel someone with better aim than your temper. Just saying. Um, with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time,